Hampton University's Scripps Howard School of Journalism and Communication is holding national and local journalists accountable. In an upcoming public discussion, panelists will talk about the growing distrust in media and the rise of AI, artificial intelligence, all of that happening in the news cycle now. The school's dean, Julia Wilson, and student moderator, Nyla Cross, join us now to talk a little bit more about what we can expect to happen next week. It's great to have y'all in the studio.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for having us.
You know, it's such a big conversation. I know we talk so much about the importance of journalism in the community and how significant that is, not just for the current journalists, but obviously our students, our aspiring journalists as well. A lot of attacks on media right now, and this is what this is focusing on. Let's talk about why this is so relevant in this day and age to talk about the state of the media.
Yeah. I think it's so important because we are in a media landscape right now that for a lot of people can seem really turbulent, right, or really chaotic. We have so many different platforms people can get their news on, social media, legacy media, local news. I think it's important that people know how to navigate this landscape and know how to trust each other. I think as journalists, we have a responsibility to the public, right, public service, giving people the information that they need to live their daily lives and prepare for the future. And it's just important that seasoned journalists, aspiring journalists, media professionals, and the average news engager knows how to navigate that landscape better.
And I love that this is student-led, right? Because, I mean, obviously, we can talk about so many different things happening in media and in journalism, but there's a certain pulse that the students have, right, when it comes to this.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about the significance of students having their voices heard in this forum?
So as a student myself, personally, I am very hungry, right? And I am determined to make it out here into this industry. And I think it's so important that students are a part of the conversation and that they're helping lead it because it is really about their future, right? I mean, how are they going to be able to navigate their careers, their aspirations, and this media landscape in the future as aspiring journalists and professionals who want to do that public service to the American community? And so I think that it's really imperative that students are a part of it. Not only, I mean, in the moderation aspect, right, but in the aspects of the planning and the aspects of thinking about questions, filling the house, right? Being able to really engage and, of course, network. I mean, we all know as journalists, networks are our net worth. And so it's so important that people can build community with other people who are at the panel, talk to the journalists in the room, and create, you know, really great careers for themselves based on this event.
And speaking of building and planning and networking, some big names coming to this forum. Can we talk a bit about who we can expect to be there?
Oh, of course. Yeah. So Rashida Jones, Hampton University alumna, is going to be headlining the panel, and she's the former president of MSNBC. We're going to have Maurice Jones, who is the Vice President of News at WHRO Public Media, Angeli Shaw, who's Editor-in-Chief of the Charlottesville Tomorrow. We're going to have Jeffrey Reese, who's the Director of News Content at the Virginian Pilot, and Melinda Colo, who works at NBC Telemundo up in D.C.
I mean, and if that's not enough, you know, Dean, I know we were talking about how important it is for people to be here in person for this event.
Yes, because this is a community event.
Yeah.
And we really want the public to understand what the media is doing. We want them to understand what journalists are doing and learn how to fact check and really understand the importance of a conversation in terms of where the media is now, where it's going, and where the jobs are and opportunities are for our students. It's really important. It's an important conversation. It's important for our students. It's important for them to lead because the time is now. Media has changed a lot with social media, AI, misinformation, disinformation. There's a lot of things out there, but our students are ready to lead right now.
Absolutely. And we do have to get to the forecast here, but before we go to that, this is April 23rd, State of the Media there at Ogden Hall, Hampton University. How can we register?
Yes, you can register online, but we want everybody to show up in person.
That's right.
Okay? So just go on Hampton University's website, register online, and show up next Wednesday, April 23rd at 4:30 p.m. in Ogden Hall.
And it's not just a journalism conversation or media conversation. It's a community conversation.
Yes,
Make sure you come out. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.